Hey, Madverse TV here. We are playing Corrino in a random lobby, free for all. We are playing with Zisher and Aram Sham. We will skip all that boring stuff in that cutted clip. We will start with pillaging, because we gone for army logistics to get more economy by pillaging. This is rather a weak and slow economy build. We will go into fuel, so energy market after that. And when we pillaging and expanding, we will sooner or later have a conflict with the Fremen in the north. But we try to lose as less as possible in the start. We will expand to the polar sink with our secondary main base. Just to get polar sink and have it defended very well and going for water trade. With Jisha we get the double extractor then. So we can see the Fremen is expanding directly next to my main base. So we have to intervene. But the Fremen is, at this moment, a little bit stronger than us. He has probably a little bit more military tax. Although he's retreating first, because we have just more men than him. We will soon have a little bit more problems with him. We liberated the village, but there is already the next conflict with the Fremen player. And the Fremen player started to send rebellions on our villages to disturb our economy even more. The armies are almost equal, but as I said, the Fremen has probably better military tax and our micro is just decent, and we have no shotguns yet with our rifleman. So this fight is a little bit a problem. We have only our conscripts here now fighting the Fremen warriors that are, of course, stronger than our Aram Sham units at the start. We are trying to talk with him a little bit, trying to convince him to stop expanding in that direction, because it's the tile next to our main base. But the Fremen player won't listen to us. He's already even sending assassins into the battle. Yeah, there's some kind of trench warfare on this side of the map. The Harkonnen player in the south is pillaging everything in the south, everything neutral next to us. And the only reason the Harkonnen isn't using the chance to attack us as well might be that the smuggler player is trying to assassinate him. So the battles are still pretty hard with the Fremen. We try to micro out the injured units. Accidentally we pulled the militia units. So the battle was over at this moment. Now we are taking the polar sink. Took us a while because we lacked of authority. The Fremen is also pillaging our north neutral areas. So all our pillage build is gives us zero economy, because the Harkonnen is pillaging the south, the Fremen is pillaging the north. And yeah, as you can see, we are stuck on 203 Solari each day, 150 only now. But yeah, finally we need to take out the Fremen to eliminate the threat in the north, being able to pillage again in the north. Our eco till that should be that we gone in army logistics, megalopolis, energy market, With little kid stance and water trade. After that we will go for outrageous wealth, for the extra hegemony, for paracompass and the rest of the military tax, so we can compete with the other players. We have a much bigger army now than the Fremen player, and we should have shotgun with a man yet. And that is the power of Corrino, getting stronger every moment, and there the Fremen player didn't want to fight anymore and left the match. So we have time and space to expand into the east. The smuggler is pretty high on hegemony at this moment. Might be that I try to convince the Harkon player to deal with that threat. Still, I didn't know at this moment that the smuggler is trying to assassinate Harkonnen. But I wonder why Harkon is not doing any real aggressive stuff on smugglers. The Fremen is out, so we let the AI just live, and I added light to the Fremen player to stop attacks on me, and so I'm able to attack the smuggler player, who might win by hegemony. And this is our first bridgehead to the east, to the smuggler player. Some struggle with renegades. And there's our first attack on a smuggler base far in the east. We pillaged around the north a little bit to the Fremen and neutral villages. And now there's our little attack on the smuggler. But it's only part of our army. It's just to make some damage, to irritate him. But I never expected that army to make some significant damage on that player. And there the smuggler army approaches. There you can see the smuggler is leading on hegemony with 20k. Not super far away, but he's leading. And the smuggler army will make more process with us. We focus on the expensive units, like the Free Company. They're very expensive, so it was not the worst deal for us. Now we are taking in the west part of the smuggler. He's a military base, a turret. His army is not there, so it needs time for him to interfere. Again, we do some damage. There's the smuggler army. He's almost going on full snipers, and this is a super composition for just sniping out a single units. As you can see, every shot is almost 1 unit of mine. And yeah. Just try to trade as good as possible at this moment. Now we have our Kronos, and this is excellent because we try to make a better bridgehead a little bit closer to the enemy. And we try to land our units to his village. He saw the Kronos and tries to snipe it out. I'm not sure, but I guess he has not the anti-mechanical unit upgrade for his snipers. Otherwise the Kronos would be dead a little bit faster, I guess. So we land our units and can throw him away. Kill the elite unit first. The experienced veteran unit, I mean. And try to take out as many snipers as possible. Now, the Harkon has been assassinated by the smuggler player. And that is great, because we are anyway totally on attack on the smuggler and don't need to take care of Harkonnen anymore. So, Fremen is out. We killed the Fremen. He killed the Harkon player by assassination. And now it's time to finish the last player. I thought at this moment I wouldn't go totally on the smugglers' main base. because he has his full eco, except for the lost underground headquarters of the Harkonnen. But it's still a little fortress, and I thought at this moment it's the better idea to get another bridgehead and prepare for the final attack on the smugglers. We are ourselves on 21k hegemony, preparing our bridgehead. Guess I got bored. Thought, never mind, let's just attack. I don't even leave a unit in the village, but it looks pretty like there's no defense at all anymore. He's sending his marauders to pillage a village next to me, but of course the intention is that they get into conflict with my units. But obviously it doesn't work. Yeah. And at this moment we defeat the last player. He writes that something is crazy here. And he left before I finished the main base, that's why I sadly couldn't see the destroyed base. So, let's see. Our eco is pretty low at this moment. As you can see, main income is by water trade and by villages, because I don't know why we get so much by villages. Special eco building probably, and some other stuff, some extras around our main base. Yeah, as you can see, eco is pretty bad on 46. Some of that units might be mercenaries, and so our upkeep is pretty high on that. Let's check that out. Let me see that here somewhere. Armies 117, 15 units, almost 10, 8 upkeep per unit. Yeah, that might be a regular army. And yeah, let's see if you can check on our attack. And that is the problem of our build in the first place. We gone for survival training, army logistics, to try to pillage around, but Harkonnen and Fremen were very competitive on the pillage around our main base. Then we gone for energy markets, probably because I thought the wind strength is not that great in our area. Usually you think about, do you have good trades on your villages? Then you go for Imperial Administration and Investment Office. If you have trades that give extra solari for building statecraft buildings, etc. If you have good wind strength, you go for water trade, and if you have nothing of that, you go for energy markets and try to make as much fuel as possible to get your money by that. And so we gone for army logistics, energy markets, then we gone for political stance. We had megalopolis between that. We gone for outrageous wealth, because at this moment I might have thought about hegemony victory. Then I got for water trade to get my eco a little bit more up, and because we got the polar sink in this moment. And we fought the most part of the Fremen conflict without any military attacks except those bows. But we had the barracks, so we had plus 30% on HP for our units, and we could get the shotguns. And yeah, later on we took, of course, that important military tax for the main bases. And we gone for Imperial Protocols and Imperial Command, because on that tech tree, there is the 10 units extra bonus for your army. You get extra damage if you have an army of 10 units. And we anyway don't go for a Sorter Core with Aram Sham, so we don't need that tech tree at this moment. Try to get Paracompass for the Chronos, so it can make the bridgehead even faster, or it can escape if this is critical. But yeah, this is why our eco build sucked at the start, but we were competitive in the end by military power to compete with the smuggler. Yeah, that was my first cut match. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, see you next time.